Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Om. Salutations to Ramakrishna. The yoga in Mantra Yoga. This is the 14th class of the second series of Mantra Yoga. This word has become so pervasive. But the word yoga itself has got two classical meanings. One is Yujir Yog Samadho, concentration. Yoga is concentration, extreme concentration, ultra concentration. The other meaning of the word is to join, to yoke, the union. So in Mantra Yoga, what do we yoke ourselves to? Obviously the mantra, but then the mantra itself is individual, yet you can say cosmic. If you see somebody sitting down quietly and trying to meditate, there is that old, you can say, idea that people are kind of, they're escapist and they're shirking responsibilities and closing their eyes and doing something useless, no good to the world. But now, of course, with all the rise of so many studies, it's clear that yoga has a profound influence on the bodies and the minds and even on societies. And that it is not an useless activity, but is an essential activity. It should be a part of your daily life. And slowly, that which was on the fringes is now taking center stage. And it's time that it did. So the word yoga, we will look at this classical definition in two aspects. One is the concentration as well as the union. When you look at a person sitting down, trying to meditate, it's obvious that person kind of appears so, you can say, peaceful and calm and non-violent, and trying to reach out something within that person. In the initial stages, what happens is you've got to struggle with your own mind for a while. And these thoughts, they come out randomly. They kind of thwart your concentration. But as you persist, what happens is you start growing. So yoga actually is the most natural state of the body and the mind and of the world. And as you keep on meditating, practicing yoga, you are in your perfect element. The very fact that we have all these problems internally and externally is because we have deviated from our natural state. So yoga is actually the natural state of the body and mind. It is through this we get connected actually. When you are in a natural state, you are pure. And when you are pure, you feel that interconnectedness of everything. So yoga is just to join yourself to everything else. But aren't we joined already? Yes, that is a kind of point there you can make. We are already linked to everybody else. Yoga makes it known to you. No longer will you live in a kind of a bubble here and there's a bubble there and that is different from me. So once you can understand, or the yoga, practicing yoga reveals these integral, you can say, connections between you and everything around. Does it have to preach morality? Does it have to preach kind of environmental protection? No. You're going to do it because you know you're connected to everything and everyone around. You don't go on killing people and hurting people. Why? Because fundamentally you are all connected. So yoga also becomes the basis of all morality, once you know how it is. So this is one, you can say, the first principle of the union, the connectedness. Everything which is sentient and insentient has to be connected. And we speak about, oh, this world is one and this and that, and yet we make divisions. So yoga is getting you to your natural state, the pure state. The very fact that you got to struggle to get to the natural state means we have come away, we have deviated from that. And our struggles are just to come down to that equipoise. Yoga, as the Bhagavad Gita also says, is equipoise, perfect. Samatvam. It's a perfect equipoise. So how do we get connected? Yes, through yoga. And of course, the mantra yoga. Now, you're going to get, you have an, you can say, means, an additional means, which is the mantra, through which you can get connected to yoga, and you get connected to everything else. And in all religions, there have been these mystic syllables and symbols that people have repeated over and over and over and over again. And that unnatural state of ours, which we are in, the mantra helps us bring us back. So the you can say paradoxical thing about concentration is, amazingly, the more you can concentrate, you can get one-pointedness, the more you get expanded. So as you keep on focusing, you kind of get down to the very kind of point where everything else is kind of disappeared from the mind. And as you focus on the point, what happens is the concentration could be something like, we are concentrating on a particular thing, but the mind does not want to stay out there. It's like this nystagmus, movement of the eyeballs. It's always, it will not stick to one place. The eyeball slowly moves. It goes round and round the object. So initially, before you plunge into that final concentration, the mind kind of doesn't want to plunge inside. It keeps on running around the object over and over again. And then that also stops, and then you plunge in. And as you plunge in, that's an amazing thing. Like I said, you expand. Your mind is concentrated, perfectly concentrated, but your spirit expands. So this is, the mantra yoga, or all yoga practices ask us, try to concentrate your mind. This is the idea of concentration. This. And the union, the connections will be automatically be revealed to you through that concentration. It's not making you narrow. So when you see, next time you see a person sitting and meditating, you'll think, oh, what's that guy doing? Useless. Should have cleaned some streets or something like that. Help some homeless people and this and that and that. Yeah, but that person on a different level is in a way expanding all around in the environment. And as a person goes about, he or she feels connected with everything. You walk down the path of, you can say, a garden path, and you feel everything is so kind of alive. Yoga, as you practice yoga, everything comes alive. What was kind of dull, dead, insentient things is now completely transformed. You are transforming yourself, and your perceptions and all, everything has become transformed. This is the greatest, you can say, gift of yoga to mankind. Due to cultural and historical circumstances, it arose in India perfectly. It was a delineated science, 1,000 years. But yoga is a property of every person. It does not belong to a religion or a culture, nothing. It belongs to you. And the idea is to make it yours now. Yeah, it belongs to me. I did not know it. Yeah. Your mind will want to get into yoga. At a certain level of maturity, you will want, what is this that is taking me away from myself? What is my real nature? My real nature is this, to be in harmony, to be connected with everything and every way around. This whole world will appear completely different. We don't need to go into huge, those kind of mystical studies and this and that. This is simple. Can be demonstrated. So here we are. This is the practice of yoga. And this is the essential, you can say, component. Now, as we keep on concentrating the mind, perfect concentration, what happens is, there are these obstructions that arise. And as these obstructions arise, the repetition of the mantra itself is cutting through these obstructions. You may be repeating a mantra which has been given to you, or you have taken it, it is consonant with your own nature. But that individual mantra itself has in itself the seed of universality. Every mantra is individual as well as universal. So you don't need 2 mantras or 3 or 4 or 5. Oh, that guy has got 5 mantras. Early in the morning he'll repeat 1 mantra, and then you have the second mantra in the mid-afternoon, this and that, and he's going to be happy. It's a very spiritual. No, it's nothing to do. Just take one, and even a plain symbol or syllable, because in it is that all-pervasiveness. So you have now a perfect means for you to attain to that yoga. That's the reason why this is the yoga in mantra yoga. Okay? The mantra itself is now a means to this yoga. And as I said, this yoga is a natural state. So we have this means, and as you keep on repeating this mantra, first you're going to get connected with things around you. The circle, the concentric circle is kind of small. Because the power of your repetition or the power of the name has not yet manifested. So you have a small kind of influence. Influence in the sense, it's a very subtle influence around you. And as you keep on repeating, this concentric circle keeps on becoming wider and wider. So the widening circles is actually, you can say, the result of you becoming connected with everything else. Okay? So it keeps on growing and growing and growing. You start small with you, yourself. It starts here. This is the first point in the circle. And as you keep on repeating, it keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So in the mystical language, we say we are rising from one level to another, to another, to another, to another. So that is what we can see. But in a non-mystical kind of a common sense way, it is you are actually growing. It's not, you are not rising up higher and higher. It means in the mystical language from one mystic center to the other mystic center. But let's look at it this way. We are not talking about mysticism. It's just common fact. You keep on growing and growing and growing. And as you keep on growing, all the things that were there within you have now become dispensed with. All those, you can say, old attitudes, the old, you can say, memories, the old thoughts, they have become disabled. You have risen higher and higher and higher. So that is what actually happens. So you are growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So as you keep on growing, what happens is your individuality, as I say, is now becoming universal. There is nothing that can be you can say, an obstruction anymore. Once you come to the you can say, point of yoga, nothing. It is the most natural state of your being. Okay. There is now, for today's practice is what we will call Om Namah Shivaya. Whatever your mantra is, okay, but we will use this as a kind of a practice. Now, many people think like, oh, why this and why that? Like I said, the mantra is universal, that is also impersonal. That's a better way. The mantra is impersonal as well as personal. Like your mantra, the mantra, whatever you, is both personal as well as impersonal. So for concentration purposes, we use a personal aspect of that impersonal, you can say, mantra. And then we can slowly, you can say, go towards that impersonal. So, sorry. Om Namah Shivaya. Today's mantra is Om Namah Shivaya. Om, salutations to Shiva. Okay. The word Shiva itself means that which is auspicious, auspiciousness. And it's personalized as it. So those who would just like to repeat the mantra without the image, they can go ahead. Those who would like to repeat the mantra along with visualizing the image, they are welcome. So the idea is the Om Namah Shivaya. So we will practice this Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. Now, as we are repeating, feel that sound vibration or the influence of the mantra slowly, as you say, wrapping itself around you. It's like kind of a cloud, like a halo. And as you keep on repeating, feel that cloud widening, ever growing, and slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly. Let it grow as far as you can. Okay. Sit down straight, please. Gaze at the tip of your nose or the space just outside your chin. This is the place. This is the place. Here. So, what happens is when you fix your pupils on here, there is an arc of control over your optic nerves, as I mentioned before. That goes a long way into controlling a lot of your visual cortex centers in the brain. And this also is an indication of your concentration. When both your eyeballs become still and they are, as it were, gazing down near the tip of your, you can say, nose or the center of your chin. Okay. You can keep your eyes half closed or you can keep it closed, but keep the pupils still. I don't want the pupils to be moving about. You can see if it is moving or not. If they are moving, you are not concentrating. Now relax all your facial muscles, please. Keep a half smile on your face. Become just aware of the breath in your nostrils. Loosen the tongue from your palate and the teeth, etc., and keep it relaxed in your mouth. Feel the peace within you. There is that joy there. Reach out to it. Tell yourself that you are pure and that you are perfect. Now listen to my chanting of the mantra, and then you need to repeat it mentally. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now repeat this mentally and focus on the sound. Stop repeating it now, please, and watch the insides of your chest. Become aware of what's going on inside your chest. If you can visualize a pale yellow light inside, let it grow. Now start chanting the mantra silently again and feel that yellow glow spreading all over your body and also surrounding you. Start. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Keep on repeating it mentally. That light is the light of Shiva. That light is the light of yoga. That light is enrapturing you, enveloping you. You are seated in that light of yoga, the light of Shiva. You are at peace and at ease. You are free. This is your essential nature. Because the Jiva, the soul, is Shiva. Feel that warmth, that love and discomfort. And feel that light oozing out of you, growing. Keep on repeating the mantra with love and devotion. You can slowly become aware of your breath, please. Take long, deep breaths. and say a silent prayer to all beings in the universe. You can slowly open your eyes. This is the yoga in the mantra yoga. You know, you have been doing meditation, doing japa for more than 10 minutes, if you don't know. Okay, so it could have you could have extended it then. Okay, but when you all practice, try to be as comfortable with yourself and with your repetition. Don't go on fighting and struggling. And it's like I said, it's the most natural state. Just be quiet, be still, and the repetition will start. It will take over. It's not going to listen to any of the obstacles and obstructions and all your, you can say vehement, you can say opposition to it. It won't. After a while, if it is done properly, it will take over. I don't want to meditate now. Meditate now, the mantra will say. Now, okay. And you will feel, you can say, good. So every time you come away from your meditation or mantra japa session, you come away a better person. And you will see yourself growing and growing and growing and growing. This is what it is, the basis of everything. So, the mantra is you. Yoga is you. And of course the counterpart, the world also. So, otherwise it will become very selfish. Oh, it's me. That's good spirituality. No, that's bad spirituality. So, the individual is always a part of the universe, the whole. So, to get connected to the whole, and then through that concentration is what is mantra yoga. Om, peace, peace, peace. Well, there will always be some. Okay. My mind is mostly restless. It is true that dragging the mind to meditate under restlessness will cause psychic disorders? No. No, never. You've got to drag your restless mind. So, try to be as comfortable as possible. Don't try to think about, I'm going to meditate for 1 hour, I'm going to meditate deeply. Don't have any expectations. It's like, you pull out a fish from the water and it keeps on struggling. That's what we are. And you put the fish back in the water and swims away. It's its natural habitat. So this is the idea. So your restlessness should lead you to the water and then you jump inside. So keep a correct attitude, and once you understand this fundamental of yoga and mantra, then your restlessness also will reduce. Okay. And
I was inviting you to Mexico. So.
Okay, thank you. I've been invited everywhere, so don't worry. You are also welcome here. How to keep the eyeballs steadily focused on the region outside the chin for longer. It's hard to keep there for more than a minute or two. Actually, if you concentrate, the eyeballs will automatically descend down. You notice it. But now when you're not concentrating, you do it mechanically. You force it down and keep it down. So if you can, you will be able to concentrate. If your eyeballs move all over the place, you are accessing near and distant memories. Simple as that. When your eyeballs move under the eyelids, especially here, so it is, the movement is, you're accessing memories. So when it is still, you are not accessing any memories. You are in the present. Okay. So this is how we need to keep it, force it down. So you can lift a kind of a 100-pound weight? No, I can't. No. You can lift 50 pound? Yeah. 25 pound? Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah, so start with the easy. Start with focusing for 1 minute, then push it for 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever. And then it becomes natural. So you see the pictures of all you can say saints and sages. If you have pictures or drawing, you'll find them. Okay. You see the picture of Buddha there. It's kind of natural. This is the most natural, you can say, state of a human being. Yes, the picture of a Buddha. So keep a picture of meditating, you can say, persons. Not pictures of people with those huge guns and big muscles and those guys firing about all these things. So that's the most unnatural thing, kind of.
Bhairava with trident.
Okay. Yes, they're saying, recent meditation, I had this strong bright light pour into my third eye region just for a few seconds. It was brilliant and moved me deeply. But then I became a little frightened. Listen, nothing is going to pour itself from outside. Okay, that light of the third eye wisdom is going to pour out from you. You must get this very correct, that the wisdom is there within you and that light will pour out through you. And there's no aperture here in between the eyebrows for the light to pour. So you don't have to worry about that. My skull might burst. No, you don't have to worry about that. So things coming from outside, forget it. That is not right. So if you can understand it, so this light is coming from your soul itself. Let it emerge. Don't get frightened. Because if you get frightened for this, I don't know what you're going to get frightened. You'll get frightened for everything. Do the eyes feel a little strain at the tip of the nose? No. Your eyes will not feel a strain at all because you are not concentrating on your eyes, please. You are concentrating on the mantra. These are mechanical, you can say, devices to help you repeat this mantra. So keep it kind of calmly focused here. Or if you have problem here, look at the space out here, right outside your face or something like that. Keep a calm face, calm, you can say. They cross slightly. No, don't. Please, don't sit down with crossed eyes. I've seen people sitting down and meditating with crossed eyes. That is not meditation at all. Yeah, please. I've seen, oh my God. No. So, should it be better to attain a certain level of concentration and remain in that state before doing japa? Yes. Don't immediately start your japa because the mind is now just settling down slowly. It's like bubbling down. And wait for a while and then you start. So Swami Vivekananda says, watch the mind for a while. And how do you watch the mind? Just those thoughts jumping about. And be an observer. Observe that. And then slowly the mind will quiet down and then the mind becomes restless because you are paying attention. You notice if you have a dog and then you pay attention to the dog, see how nicely he'll jump about you, he'll jump over you and make you also jump. Don't pay any attention to the dog. See how that dog will come, sit down quietly and try to lick your hand and lick your, okay, give me a little attention. No, 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 no. The mind is exactly like that. The more you look at your own restlessness, the more restless it will become. Don't pay any attention. Pay attention to the mantra and the object of meditation. So the mind will immediately become, or depends on how you have practiced, it will become calm. So attention is important. Don't pay attention to the restlessness. Can you use a musical mantra? Sure, of course. Instead of, can you use a single tone? Yes, of course. I have tinnitus, a ring in my ear. Can that be used? No. That cannot be used, please. If you have tinnitus or tinnitus, you try to open that eustachian tubes there. There are some exercises that you can massage this and this and this, especially at the back of your ear. So this clears so if you can clear the sinuses, it has been found that that tinnitus kind of is reduced or goes away. But please don't concentrate on that tinnitus. It's not advisable. So it has to be you who are making that sound there, consciously. Okay? Okay. I understand it's just an experience and not to be attached, but can you tell me what happened? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Frightened. It's just an experience. So, if you have seen this for the first time, it will, things have become very uncertain because you don't have anything to compare it with. Knowledge, ordinary knowledge is always comparison, this with this. So, now if it happens the second time, you won't get frightened. So, please don't get frightened, is the idea that. So, if you're getting something poured in or something pouring out, you'll find it's pouring out from within you. So, don't get frightened. It is your own light. There is nothing that can kill or harm the soul. Keep this always. The soul is indestructible. It is the source of all bliss and all wisdom and all knowledge. Put that inside here. And nothing can harm you, so don't get frightened about it. Okay. Can I do japa of the open mantra of Sri Ramakrishna, though I haven't been? Oh yes, of course, you can. You're welcome to it. I love to meditate in the morning, but I have trouble meditating at night. Can you help me? Then you meditate in the morning, and as your meditation gets deeper, you will feel a kind of a tug, saying, yeah, I need to spend a little more time. Okay. So even if you do it in the morning one time a day, do it properly, and you'll feel a kind of a, you can say, an orientation slowly growing for you to devote more time to meditation. So do one time perfectly. Otherwise, you might want to do in the night and you're feeling sleepy. Don't do that when you're feeling sleepy. So you can say your practice itself will help you to increase the timing. Any mantra of Sharda Mata? Yeah, there are plenty of Sharda Mata, but those are very powerful. So we'll take it some other time. Don't worry. So very powerful mantras. So, okay. Om, peace, peace, peace.